The very first Afghan family that we helped, from the picture in the magazine, the delivery was actually pretty chaotic. I did not know what I was doing. I didn't know how to relate to them. I remember walking in the apartment and feeling very, they spoke Farsi, we spoke English, and I didn't know what to say to them. It was all stuck in my head. I couldn't even get it out. It went from my head to my heart, but it wouldn't come out of my mouth. So I really didn't make a lot of eye contact with them, actually. We just brought way more stuff than they could possibly use into their home and left it there. And then we just kind of nodded, shake hands, and left. And I yearned to have talked to them more, actually, and to understand more who they were as individuals. And I think they felt the same. It was awkward. It was actually really awkward. I think we both just looked at each other like, okay, you know. So it was after that we developed more of the, doing home visits and getting to know them. And I wanted to work through that with the refugee agencies because I wanted to understand what we should and shouldn't be saying to them. And I didn't want them to have to bring up horrible stories. But when we went on home visits to try and get to know them more in the very beginning, the idea was we weren't going to just ask them, like, what happened? Was anybody killed in your family? Tell me about the government, the rogue government. No, we didn't ask those questions. We would just say to them, okay, what do you need? And we'd be standing up and going in their kitchen and just saying, do you need? They didn't even know what they needed usually, or they didn't ask. Most families did not ask. So we'd open the drawers and say, do you want silverware? Okay, we'll get you silverware. And how about a couch? Do you need a couch? You could see they needed a couch, but they wouldn't ask, So we were kind of pulling it out of them. We think you need this stuff. What about this stuff and this stuff? But when we would do that, almost always, they would start telling us their story. It was as if they were ready to talk, or they needed to talk about it, or they needed to connect what happened here. And it happened all the time. And then I started to get more comfortable with asking questions. Did you want to talk about yourself, or did you want to tell us anything about your country or what happened? And they did. Almost always they did. A few times no, and I could see that it was too much. But a lot of times yes.